Yes. It's been so nice to teach some of you again, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the last third of the class next week. Until then, I feel like we're all at a different stage in our learning. As I said last lesson, priority number 1 is to finish your folio. Second thing would be to top up your revision for the sick rows. I'm going to wait until we're all together in class after Easter before we revise the elementary. So until then, I've been preparing little lessons on reminding ourselves about what Men Should Weep is about. So we've looked at the context, we looked at staging, and this lesson I'd like us to tackle Maggie and revising Maggie. Now, from a playwright's point of view, any character in a play must have a problem. And that problem will be how, where the main social message is derived. So any problems that Maggie has are messages that should be flagged up in society at the time, certainly. So these are messages that the playwright wants us to think about. Maggie's poverty, for example, Maggie's exhaustion, the way that she worries for her children and always puts herself second, even the social trouble that she witnesses. These are all major social messages. Another thing that I'd want us to consider is some of the benefits, some of the upsides to Maggie, if you will. The sense of community that, now has been lost. The sense of camaraderie, of humour. The way that there's a very much close-knit community, and a child, certainly, is brought up by a community rather than a single person in some ways. So think about how Maggie, in a way, is used as a device to celebrate that culture as well. It's not just exposing poverty. There's also a celebration there. So think about the upside of Maggie and the positivity and the skills that she has and how she's able to connect and survive in this really difficult situation. So I like to think of characters as vehicles to convey a social warning or to convey a social criticism, but also they're used to celebrate certain facets of society as well. So think about Maggie, think about her relationships. A really important moment is anytime you come across a character and they're in a moment of conflict. The conflict could be verbal, having a row with somebody, or I know with some of the characters in the play, it actually ends up in a physical conflict. But let's think about Maggie. Think about the moments she rows with people. Now, when she stands up for herself or rows with people, it is almost like there are two ideas coming together, and the playwright wants you to think about that conflict. Anytime somebody's bothered to create a conflict, it's usually there's a really important social message or social discussion being generated. So you might want to think about those moments when you're revising Maggie. Yes, so if you could complete these four tasks, I believe. First task is I just want you to look at an extract that I've picked out, watch an extract. And I'd like you to write down Maggie's problems as you see them, remembering that the problems are social messages. Second of all, I want you to read a summary of Maggie's life, or summary of what happens to her in the play. And I want you to put in blue the sad or challenging things, and the pink the uplifting things. And that way you can really see, is Maggie a character that is used to criticize society, or is used to kind of shine a light on some of the more cherished aspects of society that perhaps have disappeared, which can be a message in itself. Third task is, what did I say? I said something like, yes, find a quote to go with each kind of character moment. And that might be a good starting point for which quotes to actually revise. And last of all, just sum up what you think, what messages are conveyed to you through Maggie. Okay, have a great day, folks.